Good morning, good afternoon and good day everybody. David here, and in today's video I'll be showing you fine people how to get your first aspect and your first 2 fragments in Beyond Lane. So first things first, you need to finish the campaign. I won't spoil anything here, but just complete the campaign. When you finish it, you'll know you would have completed it when you earn the No Time to Explain exotic pulse rifle. I believe you'll get this if you pre-ordered the game, and also once you've returned to the tower and spoken to Zavala. After that you'll get a bunch of other quests come up, and one of them will be telling you to go back to Europa and speak to the Exo Stranger. Now before you start this quest line, at some point you will need to use the Salvation's Grip exotic grenade launcher. So whilst you're still at the tower, you'll need to go speak to the Drifter and start that mission chain and complete that first. This grenade launcher is awesome, there's a lot of fun to use, so it's definitely worth getting. And that mission chain is fairly simple, so it won't take you too long to do. Once you've finished that, you can then begin your Aspects and Fragments grind properly. The first proper step, speak to the Stranger and she'll give you the quest Born into Darkness. You'll need to defeat Fallen and get 10 Stasis melee kills, both of which are super easy to do, and you just do those on Europa. You will then have to complete strikes with Stasis subclass equipped and kill enemies affected by Stasis. So again, straightforward, but one thing you must bear in mind is that it has to be from the strike playlist. You have to bring up the destinations map, click on the Vanguard playlist and launch a strike from there. You can't pick a strike from a planet because it won't count. After completing that step, you will then need to do a mission that will appear on Europa that should be called Born into Darkness, and it should be located in the Exo facility. You just need to kill a named Fallen captain there, and once you've done that you should be given a skeleton key. You will then need to go to the Eventide Ruins Lost Sector and complete it, killing all enemies within the Lost Sector. Once you've finished the Lost Sector, you will see the Exo Stranger will be in a little side room, actually in the Lost Sector. So don't leave the Lost Sector to return to her camp because she won't be there. Once you've spoken to her, you will then need to return to our camp and you will be able to start a new mission called the Aspect of Control. As part of this mission, you need to locate 5 shards around Europa. This is where you will need the Salvation's Grip grenade launcher, because these shards can only be blown up using that grenade launcher. I'll let the footage roll out now as to the whereabouts of where these 5 shards can be found. So once you've done that, which takes a very long time, you go to the darkness crux that should be just behind you if you've done these shards in the order that I've showed you. It should be located in the room where Eramis has her speech cutscene during the campaign. Once you've done that and you've killed everything, and I mean everything because there's a shed load of enemies that come, you can claim your very first aspect. These will be different for each class. Then you can return to the stranger again and she will offer you a fragment quest. You can pick up 2 of these, and from now on you'll be able to do 2 every week, I believe. You can also choose what playlist you can do them in, whichever one suits you the most. It's either the Crucible, Strike or Gambit. Now these quest lines are random, so yours will be different to mine and they might be different to people in your fire team. So just make sure you read the steps carefully and make sure you're doing things properly. For example, I had one for getting snipe kills on people affected by Stasis, so just normal snipe kills won't count. So just make sure you read through it properly and know exactly what you're doing. But once you've completed either one or both of those quest steps, you can return back to the stranger and pick and choose your first and second fragment. Now again, the fragments will be different based on the different classes, but for the hunter, this is what came up for me. So I had the choice between the Whisper of Hedrons. You gain a bonus to weapon damage after freezing a target with stasis. I'm not sure how much of a boost the weapon damage actually is, or I've not properly tested it, but all I know is that it's awesome and I've come up with a build that I'll share with you all soon that includes this fragment. Then I have the choice of Whisper of Fissures. Increases the damage and size of the burst of stasis when you destroy a stasis crystal or defeat a frozen target. So this is the second one that I actually chose. For the Revenant Super, this goes hand in hand with it because you prime and detonate them with your super. So this will just make it do a bigger AoE and do more damage. And once those enemies blow up and spread frost damage to each other, that then goes hand in hand with the previous fragment. It gives us a damage boost to our weapons as well. They work really well together. Then there was the choice of Whisper of Refraction. Defeating slowed or frozen targets grants you class ability energy. I was really tempted with this because at the minute there's going to be so many slowed and frozen targets like in the Crucible. So because you don't have to slow or freeze them yourself necessarily, you should be getting class ability energy back all the time. Then there was the Whisper of Endurance. Slow from your abilities lasts a lot longer, and for those abilities that linger, their duration will also increase. This one also gives you a +10 to your strength. This goes really well with the slowing Shuriken that the Revenant Hunter can throw. It also works really well with the slowdown bubble grenade that you unlock. Then there's the Whisper of Bonds, which I'm pretty sure will be a popular one. Defeating frozen targets with weapons grants you super energy. The downside is that you get -10 to both your intellect and discipline. And finally, it was the Whisper of Shards. So shattering a stasis crystal temporarily boosts your grenade recharge rate. Shattering additional stasis crystals increases the duration of this benefit, and that gives you a +10 to your resilience. So again, this will go hand in hand with the Revenant Super. It sounds pretty good. The Titans can get this. This will be really good for the Titan Super. But as I said earlier, I went with the first two because they just work hand in hand. I've come up with a really filthy build using both of those. Let me know down in the comments what choices you've gone for, and if you were a Warlock or a Titan, What options did you have that were different to these ones? I'll be very interested to find out. And that will do it for the video. You should now have your very first aspect and your 2 fragments to go slaying in both PvE and PvP. If you've enjoyed the video, a like is very much appreciated. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more of my content, and also if you want to join our community. We're just a bunch of chilled gamers that enjoy playing all sorts of stuff. Also feel free to join us over on Facebook where I stream. I stream every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. Links will be down in the description below. And until next time my friends, take care, have a brilliant time enjoying Beyond Light, and hopefully I shall see you all very soon indeed. Bye.